Good morning everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. So I am back to you today from another very cold, very frosty Lincolnshire. It is quite early in the morning, but not very early, and I'm back to do another Finishing the Unfinished, which is January Facebook challenge on Tattytreasureandfriends Facebook group. So this month is Justine, who is House of Mahalo's. She's hosting it. It's her challenge, and she's challenged us to make at least 4, or actually to finish at least 4 projects that we've got started. So I think this will be the 3rd video, if I remember rightly. So if you're not sure what it's all about now, go back and look at the others. But basically anything at all you've got started will count, and you can go into a prize draw should you produce 4 and show us them via pictures or photographs on the Facebook page under the thread that Justine is putting up. So if you haven't started it already, it's never too late. You can do it right on the last week. Pop on, have a look at the others, have a look what everyone else is doing, and maybe join in yourself. Okay, so I've got a couple of things on my desk here that I want to finish. One of them is a quick one, because it's a journal. I am going to complete a journal that I've started. So I don't think I did it on camera, pretty sure I didn't. It was just me having a play, because I found some material that was a blouse, and I wanted to try it as a cover on top of something else. So I was just playing with it, so that, I don't know if you can see, but there's like cotton, it's lovely cotton underneath there, and then this really sheer, I suppose it's polyester, but with the lovely embroidery on it and the colours. And it's not turned out too bad. I think the corners were particularly difficult, but as you know, I always put corners on mine, which is a point. I probably need to get some out, because I am going to class this as a project finishing as much as finishing the cover. So the cover will be done, so not filling the entire journal. I'm just getting some of these corners out now to have a look. So hello, I hope you're well, and I hope you're going to enjoy watching this with me. They're going to be nice, and they'll cover those they'll cover those hideous corners beautifully. Nobody will even know that they weren't square. So what I need to do is stitch round it, obviously, to give it a bit of stability. It is glued on, but stitching around the edge will give it a bit of stability. And I don't know if you remember this, I did make this. If you knew, you won't obviously. I'm pretty sure I made this on camera with you. I can't think when or why or what it was about, but I'm pretty sure I made this on camera. I think I made a few at the same time, and I just thought that went lovely with that, that creamy lacy material behind. So that's kind of set the theme for the journal cover. And then obviously I'm going through, as I'm looking for things to finish, I'm going through piles and piles of junk, or rather files and files of junk. So it's not that I have piles sitting on my desk like a lot of people do, or under my desk or whatever. I do a few, don't get me wrong. But it's more a case of I squirrel things away in files and they all look reasonably tidy. But actually, when you open those files up, I've got stacks of things. For example, I know you all love a nosy. I've just opened one here and taken everything out, not the top thing. And it's obviously, I don't know, the makings of a journal and all sorts of other little bits. Hope that's not too close to you. It probably is. Just squirreled away for some reason into a file, and it's been there a long time. So that might be a project I'm about to do today. As soon as I've dug it out, you won't see that for a while though. But that's the kind of thing I do. So yes, I'm getting ahead of myself. She's pretty on there anyway, isn't she? I'm trying to think where she's from. I think she might be a Janie B. She's double-sided as well. Obviously made it into a journal card at some point, but I'm thinking she would be lovely on the inside there. And I've just got a book page with a piece of, that's Shabby Dabby Doodah, one of her kits. I couldn't tell you which one. So I'm thinking if I stick those 2 in there before I sew around it, this one probably will get caught in the stitching. Now that is very old book page there. It's the book about the English lakes. So it may disintegrate when I stitch it, but that's fine. It will look distressed, which it is, and it will look vintage, which it definitely is. Just ink the edges a little bit, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, I think when I've got those glued down, which I'm about to do, and then I will stitch around and then glue this on the front and put these on, I will consider that done, which is why I've brought this along. Okay, so that's going to be one of my finished projects. Obviously you're only going to see bits of that because I can't sew on camera and such like, glue all over my desk. So I thought I might try and get 2 done in one video. We'll see. So this this has been kicking around a long time, right from probably when I first started journaling, and you know, playing with things. So it is coffee dyed envelopes. There's quite a lot of them. They're kind of folio style, I guess, and I've got pockets that are not lined. Oh, and flap there. So this is paper by Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. It obviously wants, I think I was going to put flaps and things here, but you know, some of it can be collaged in, others can have flaps and flips and things. Yeah, so I'm going to do some work on this, but again, whereas the other one is a small project, this is a big project. I don't even know how it fastens now. Did one of them go behind? Yeah, it did. That one did. That one went in there, I think. No, that's it. So yeah, it'd be nice to get it finished and yeah, see what it becomes. So yeah, I will be doing some work on that with you as well. And this was just lying around, so I just brought it with me because it's a similar grungy style, and just a lovely piece of my William Morris from my calendar that was kicking about. So I just thought they may perhaps go in there. I've also got a piece of brown craft card which was in a file for some reason. Yeah, but the first thing I'm going to do is this. So I'm going to glue in these centre things first. And then how shall I stick you on there? Thinking collal. Yeah, and then I'll go stitch it and let you see it, and then we will start playing properly with that other yeah, interesting, what did I call it? Folio type piece. Shall we call it an experimental piece, because I think that's what it was probably. Oh, that vintage book page is soaking that collal up. Let's get it down before there's nothing left. Yeah, there's a bit come through there, but I don't mind. Have I got a cloth? Yeah, it might take some ink or anything. Like I say, it's going to be a distressed, and maybe some lacy. That's the point. Shall I sew some lace in when I sew it? Could do that, couldn't I? I've got some of that pink lace of mine. Maybe. Let's get this one stitched in anyway. Stitched in, glued in. So this is on either, I don't think it's card, I think it's just really thick paper, but yeah, obviously it's a lot thicker than that vintage. What do we think there? Yeah, you'll see pin through as well. Should grab it well though, because I'm not entirely sure that one, I doubt very much that one's going to be caught in the sewing, so it does need to be stuck down quite well. Yeah, I don't dislike that. It quite goes with that as well, doesn't it? I'm just wondering how easy it's going to be to stitch. I quite like the stitching when I'm sewing on the machine. I quite like the stitching on the outside, you know, the top of the stitching on the outside of my journals. But when you're sewing lace and things like that, you need to keep your eye on it. I suppose I could just put a line down there to hold it on. I might sew round it first and then sew that on afterwards. That might be the, let's move that because it's a bit goopy. That might be the key. Yeah, but I would like to make it a bit, you know, have lace and things on it. So this, oh, stick me. Is that going to need sewing on? No, I think that's just going to glue on. And then again I might put some lace on the top. Oh, it's got that pink lace there. Look, that was handy, wasn't it? So it will tie it in. Yeah, it probably just needs a minute, doesn't it, to, although I have got to set my machine up to dry, I was going to say, before I put my sewing machine in it. Right, yeah, I'll go set my sewing machine up and sew it, and I will be back with you in a moment. Okay, that didn't take very long, did it? So I'm back. So yeah, it's stitched, oh, I think I might be shaking the camera a bit. It's stitched quite well actually. It has just caught in that that paper edge around there, and like I say, it did miss that like I thought. I did just bring along a piece of white organza ribbon, which that's as big as I've got, but yeah, I think that's going to be perfect from there. So that will be a nice closure, won't it, on there? Maybe I should have stitched it in. Pity I didn't find it beforehand, but yeah, the topper will hold the front on when I glue it on. A bit lower, a little bit lower. That's it. It's lively. That that organza is very lively, isn't it? Yep. Like that. And then I brought this along, which I thought might secure it on the back a little bit. So it's just one of my, it's a hand sewn snippet fabric cluster ruffle hybrid of all that lot. Yes, and then I need to decide about this, and I also brought some sort of grey, where's the end, some grey lace too, so well, that's going to be nice on the, that'll be nice on the spine when it's had a signature sewn in, I think, that one. So if I don't, if I just stick the card down and not that fluffy bit, then it'll, that lace will go over that lace, won't it? Yes, I like that lace down the spine, definitely. Now the question is, do I want a piece of this? Let's try and open it without moving the organza too much. Do I want a piece of this down here? Now let's close it again. Yeah, it is quite nice stuck out there, isn't it? I know it's a bit full on, you know, but if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna go frilly and lacy, then go frilly and lacy. Yeah, I do like it. I definitely like it when it's closed, sticking out there. I guess the question is, do I want it front and back? Or is that going to be a bit too much? I think it might be actually, but let's see. What's wrong with too much, I'm now thinking. If we're going to go for, you know, and obviously the pages will be in there, won't they? Cut that too long again. Hacked it, I should say. Yeah, these are not fabric scissors. I don't have fabric scissors actually at the moment. I used to when I was, you know, sewing, but they've all been used now as yeah, because I think when the signature's in, it should just sit, if we make it the right size, inside those. I'm just going to glue them down, I think, because I'm going to have I'm going to have a nightmare otherwise. Let's use the thin one, the thin nozzle, I mean. Yeah, trying to keep everything in place while I decide which piece to put on next. So we'll go with this because I want them on the edge, which is the right side. I'm just going to bring my light a bit closer. It seems to be, it's mid-morning now, but it seems to be getting quite dark. Yeah, I think that's the right side. I don't know, it's impossible to tell. Right, how far over do we want it? So just the edge is sticking out really, so about along there. It is brilliant, this Fabri-Tac for fabric, but it does leave shininess through, especially through lace and things like that. So if you absolutely hate that shininess, I don't like it on the grungy journals that I do, because it just goes against, you know, the look you're trying to achieve. But when they're like fluffy lacy ones, I don't mind it so much, strangely enough. Of course the organza is shiny, and the lace is kind of in that style, as it were, not shiny, but you know, bright. And there. Okay guys, so now I know what I'm doing, I can talk to you a little bit. I hope you're all well. Just move it over a little bit, I think you can see it, so not too much. Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. So I'm just trying to think when this video is going to go up actually, and what I'll be doing when you see it. So it's a January challenge, so it will be up before I go in hospital, yes. So I needn't say I'll be in hospital when you see this, because I won't be. Yeah, so what's February bringing for you? You know what I'm up to in February. That needs to dry a little bit now, doesn't it? Yeah, so much to do. So I've been thinking about, but not actually doing, getting my my craft room bits together, because I'll be going to Mum's as soon as I've had my COVID test, and I think probably by the time you see this I might be at Mum's. Yeah, so I'm going to need to have a COVID test and then go into isolation. So I have just ordered on Amazon a bag for all that. Ouch! Oh, I'm just trying to make them a bit smaller, the corners a bit sharper, while I'm talking to you. It doesn't want to play. Yeah, actually I think it's a baby bag, like a nappy carry and things like that. So a grey, oops, that's what I wanted, a grey sort of carry-all, because I was thinking all the bits and pieces in the drawer to the side of me, like, you know, I don't know what's in there, scissors, little punches, pliers, bone folders, rulers, a pen, all those little things that you grab for all the time, and then all the stuff that's around me. So like obviously my inks and my daubers, clips and things like that. I was thinking I could, and my crocodile, because I didn't take that last time, I was thinking I could probably you know, put all those in like a grab bag, this nappy baby bag. And well, that one doesn't stick out so much, but that's fine, because you can see the back one. Yeah, I went a lot further in with that one lot. Yeah, so I think that might be a way of having some stuff around me. And I've been chatting with Tanya at Tattytreasures about things I can be doing, you know, while I'm laid up, either sat up in a chair or sat up in bed. And yeah, she's given me a few good ideas on top of the things I had. So she was suggesting I could take a lot of buttons, and I mean, I was thinking of taking my buttons and making some, you know, little fabric clusters with buttons on, but she said you could just sit and thread some, you know, so put threads through them, so when I want to use them, you know, stick them on projects, they're already, you know, threaded, and they look like they're sewn on, even though I'm just probably going to glue them on. So that was a good idea. Yeah, so I'm slowly getting organised and ready. I think I was saying to you in another video, although in which order you've seen these videos now, I'm very confused, so you might not have seen that yet. But I was saying, you know, how I've kind of downsized a little bit. My husband would be laughing if he could hear that. The things that I must have for crafting, you know, so obviously I'm downsizing from a massive amount. So there's still lots of things that I absolutely must have with me. But yeah, I've learned to think about the things that I really, really want, and the things that I don't actually, you know, pull on, that are just there for use occasionally. Yeah, so I'm going to go one step further with that and make sure that I've only got, you know, kind of the essentials. I mean, some things you have lying around you kind of inspire you to do certain things, don't they? I know that through looking through these, you know, these files and folders this morning. So yes, they are all kind of hidden away and not being seen, but occasionally when I want inspiration, like for this challenge for example, you know, I go digging through those files and yes, inspiration abounds. Yeah, I think that will just, you know, give it a bit of extra. I was just going to do it top and bottom, so, but it's not going to move through, is it? So it's glued down, so I might as well just glue it all. Yeah, give it a bit of extra strength. Yeah, so yeah, I'm hoping to downsize even more in these next couple of days with regards to, you know, stuff I'm going to have with me. I will be boxing up some stuff and putting it away for ready for the move. I'm not going to get rid of everything, you know, because I will get set up in my new craft room with everything around me and think, now why did I get rid of all those junk mail envelopes, or, you know, things like that. However, the thing with junk mail is it never stops coming, you know, so if it's piling up massively, move it on somewhere, take it to the recycle or something like that, or give it to a crafter who's just starting out, because, you know, trust me, you don't need to save them if you're anything like we are in England, because they just keep coming around and coming around and coming around. Yeah, I really like that, pleased with that. And I think I'm going to like this. Let's try and cut a piece. Let's use my big scissors because they're a bit sharper and get a straight edge. Let's cut a piece ready. Like I say, it needs a signature in it before that can go on, but I think it might be the finishing touch to the lacy outside. Takes a bit of lace over the back as well, so let's, I mean, I could put it on and sew the signature through, but I'm not going to. But you could. Come on, just sit on there for me, please, so I can have a look. Don't be awkward. I don't want an awkward morning. Yeah, so it's not the colour lace that I would use on a lot of things, that, because it is a grey, a silvery grey. It looks like sort of you know, white lace that's absolutely filthy, but it's not. It is a grey lace. Yeah, but it's perfect to be teamed up with white and give you that vintagey look. I just want it to look what it's going to look like on the back. There we go. Yeah, I think that's nice. I like that look. I like all of it, even the organza. Yeah, that's going to be really nice with a signature sewn in. So yeah, so I'm thinking this is going to be like a girly blues and powder blues and pinks signature. And also, in the same vein as using things up, I have pulled out of my stash, out of my files, aforementioned files, lots of well, they need to go on, don't they? Lots of yeah, papers, digitals that I've printed off. You're gonna have to be smaller, so these corners can go on, you know, that are just one-sided. And so I'm thinking they would make perfect eclectic journal pages. So I'm going to have a go at putting them back through the printer and just print, you know, generic pages on the back. I quite like that inside, that lace there. Yeah, I'm going to put that one on while I know where I want it. Yeah, so it might be that I do some of that. If I get a chance, I shall do some of that soon, and yeah, then I can really quickly make a signature for this and sew it in. So yeah, sew it in. So this might be moved along entirely from a part-made journal cover to an actual journal. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, that silver's nice on there. Yeah, I'm liking it. I usually do once these things come together. It's not very often that I don't. Occasionally I just can't fall in love with the journal that I've made, but yeah, just recently I've learned if I don't like it, and it's obvious I'm not going to, I'll just take it apart and make it into something I do like, because if you don't like it when you make it, you're not going to use it. It's probably going to sit around. You might eventually change it into something. Oh, I want you on the outside. Yeah, but that's more stuff sitting around again, isn't it? Let me just squeeze those a bit. So these metal things are soft enough that you can squeeze them with your fingers. The corners, metal things. I'll glue you down now. I do use my pliers on them, but they do tend to put them out of shape a little bit. You're a little bit baggy, go on. Yeah, so it's the glue that holds mine in place. I don't squeeze them so tight that they're grasping the cover. I think if your cover was nice and thick, you probably could do that, you know, squeeze them tight with pliers. But they are soft, they do go out of shape quickly. Right, so am I going to need to trim you as well, Mr. Lace? Let's have a look. Oh, you're just going to disappear right underneath. We want a little bit of it on show, don't we? Hope you can see me there. Oops, right, cut that short now, and I've squeezed that a bit too much. I don't know what I'd do without these corners. I suppose I'd have to perfect my corners, wouldn't I? Yeah, these are a great find for me, because I can do what I like to do, which is craft. Just sit and do it. Don't be too precise, because I know the corners will save me. Okay, going on there easy, so what's the problem under here? That's it. That's a bit of glue there. Whoa, threads. Fabri-Tac threads. Let me just squeeze it with a cloth. I'll leave like snail trails otherwise. That's better. Squeeze that bit. Now I've just noticed that I've put the silver. You don't want to squeeze, do you? I might have to put my pliers on there. Let's give it a little go. Gently. That's better. That I've yeah, I've got the antique colours brad on there, and then the silver corners. But it's eclectic, isn't it? I've got white lace and I've got cream lace, and I'm going to have grey lace. Yeah, I don't mind it. And they just look lovely with that white stuff on the back. So yeah, one more. I think you might know it'd be the front one that was going to be awkward, wouldn't you? You might need squeezing a little bit too. Still that one. Yep, there she is. Her or him, I don't know what it is. Next door's doggy on cue. Is that better? Yeah, I think so. Don't think I'll know until it's actually stuck. I might have to do it where I can see. Right, gently, Denise. I couldn't see with that. Yeah, that's better. Couldn't see with that cloth over it, but it's really easy to make a nasty indent with these into this. Yep, it's on. Final one then, but this is a very bizarre looking corner. Yeah, and again I've that's it. Change the shape of it, but a bit too much. And you're just going to lay nice under there. Good. Let's hope this last one's going to behave itself. So I only had one awkward one. That's not too bad. I mean, these silver ones are very big. Wide corners. Oh, you went on easy last time. What's up with you? That's it. I'm just wondering if I'll need that lace down a bit more. I think I do, especially now you're on. Just a tiny bit more. Come on. I'm caught up in there. That's better. That's better. Okay. Yep, so I might have some pockets. I'm thinking I might have some vellum pockets or something like that in there, but I'll wait until the signature goes in. And like I say, you may well see a signature in it very soon. I need to keep this with it because that's going around the outside. Okay, I hope you enjoyed looking at that. One thing finished off. I'll be back with you in a minute and we'll have a look at the flappy piece. Okay, hello, I'm back again. I have to say I've absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with this, so it'll be make it up as we go along, but could be interesting. Yeah, so obviously it's going to be some kind of a folio, so it needs some writing pieces in it. We definitely need to cover some of the bottom pieces. So a couple of, yeah, this is going to need paper on it, hasn't it? Don't think I brought any paper with me. Oops, and we've got a good old tear going on there. Crikey. Right, what we're going to do about that to start with. Where is it? It's there. Do you think just a piece of washi under there? I didn't really bring any with me. Got some here, but it's very thin. This is very plain, so let's have a look. Just like, yeah, so from gluing all that lace, I have got glue stuck on my fingers. Yeah, I think it might need some glue on it as well, though, I'm thinking. And I think we'll just go without glitter for speed. Sometimes washi doesn't, it's like plastic, isn't it? And it doesn't glue all that well. Yeah, so these folds are a little bit weak, I'm guessing. Let's put a bit on there. I need it. It doesn't feel really sticky, this washi either. So we need it right up there. Whoops. Yep, so now it glitter Denise. Once you put it down, it's stuck. Well, that's good news, I guess. The thing is, it is going to stiffen the folds, though, isn't it? Let's see. Like I say, it's been sat there for well over a year, so you know, if it ends up not becoming anything, I don't suppose we've lost anything. So that's done that one. I'll put some on the mall while I'm at it. I think it might be a good idea. Save a lot of pain later on down the line. Yes, I brought a few things with me. I ought to show you really what I've brought with me. Because like I say, oh dear, come on. I've really no plan for this at all. Which is, I don't know how good that'll be for viewing, but it's kind of fun for me. I like no plan. So yeah, I'll show you a few bits that I've brought along, and then we'll see what we can come up with. I've brought a photograph to show you as well. An old one, an old family photograph. I'll show you, just bear with. Okay, so this is my mum's, you see it there? It's my mum's Uncle Herbert, I think. Yeah. And this is his World War I uniform. I think. Yes, because he's very young. He was in the army both wars. There aren't many people that did that, are there? I think he was quite old in the Second World War, but yes, it's one of those postcards. Just look at how. I mean, this is genuine. It's a real one. You know, not distressed, but aged. That's it. Look how aged that is. And I have to tell you, I have got a suitcase full of these things. All my family. I will get them out. I was going to get them out in this house and share them with you, but I will get them out and share them with you once I get into the new house, because there's some fabulous photos. I've got lots and lots of vintage stuff that I never get out and never use. The reason I dragged that in, it was sat on my desk, Mum's given me it not long ago, is because I also have a lot of vintage photographs. So these are out of, not photographs, postcards. Yeah, so these are out of copyright. So obviously these are not the originals. I just photocopied them to use in journals and things, and they were in one of the folders, just sat there. Yeah, so look at that. Someone's used it and put their cup on there. Isn't that just gorgeous? So those are the kind of things that we do to make things look distressed, and that's a real Yeah, someone's put their cup on the back of the postcard. Yeah, so some of these are people that I know. And some of them, you know, that have written them and kept them. Some of them are just, you know, that I've got at charity fairs and things like that. The Heavenly Twins. I mean, that someone's had a biro on there, look, on the original. Yeah, so, yeah, I brought those in because I don't know if I might use some of these in here. And this Mum's Uncle Herbert was on top of them, so, yeah, better not use him by accident, had I? Oh, anyway, we digress. We're not getting on, are we? So was that strengthened that? Yes. So I need to kind of familiarise myself with what I've got here. So I've got 2 flaps. That one doesn't seem very now. Are you going to rip when I... What? We might as well find out now as later on, hadn't we? And I straighten you down. Oh, I've got bits of things stuck to me all over. Don't know why you're not lying flat. Lay flat. You just need a bit of encouragement. Right, where was my other flap? Right, so we've got 2 flaps going that way. That one still needs covering on the inside by the looks of it. And that one still needs... You a flap. Oh, you are. But we need something along the bottom of here. Same problem going on. So, I'm going to have completely rebuilt this. It's not going to be a finish it off, is it? It's going to be a look what we made. Oh, am I nearly out of this? Because am I not? No, I was in the wrong spot. I am nearly out of it, but wrong spot and then wrong way. Yeah, so you definitely need to go where? Yeah, that bit there, and probably on the back as well. Birds are starting to sing to me. Always a good sign. I think I was saying to Joan in the comments the other day, the birds are starting to sound more chirpy, more cheerful in the morning, so I think they also are looking forward to spring and can sense it on its way. Anyway, I like to think that. Might be a lot of rubbish, but you know. So what, you know, if you're not in England, if you're in other places in the world, do your birds get no, a lot of them fly away. Ours do, to warmer climes, but do they get sort of noisier, more prolific as the days start to lengthen? I'd like to know. My hubby did mention to me this morning on his way out. Have I done you on the back? I have. I might need a bit in there to work this morning. That actually it was a lot lighter than it has been recently. So yeah, all these things are pointing to spring. How nice. Yeah, this could be a bit of a pain, just constantly putting back together all the broken let's hope it's worth it, all the broken edges. This is why now when I make things, especially with envelopes and, you know, like papers like this, I always try and the words left me. Strengthen, because I can't think of the proper word. Reinforce, there we go, reinforce the folds beforehand. So I guess that's, you know, that's learning your craft. I'm on the wrong bit again. Hopefully this is it, but you know, it's got to be done. Yeah, so Valerie asked me the other day what's the thing that, well, she asked me what I like doing best and what I like doing least. I was thinking, I haven't answered the question yet, I was thinking, what do I like doing least about junk journaling? I couldn't really come up with anything, but maybe this is it. Maybe this is the boring, like the housekeeping stuff, making sure things don't fall apart on you. Right, I think I might have salvaged that. And obviously the paper's keeping that one. We may well have some lace or something down that as it's the spine. Now I've left that open, but I'm not sure. The rest of it's all closed. yeah, we definitely want some, I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it open or not, we'll see. Definitely want some papers, and I don't know if that I've got any with me. I haven't. Oh, I've got this sheet, which is some lovely, it's not big enough either, some lovely Tim Holtz paper. Right, I'm just going to have to go grab some papers, I think. Okay, I'm back. But I have now been thinking that it's, you know, the video's in 3 pieces and it's going to be quite long. So what I did before I came back on was I went to find some paper. So I've cut them in 2. So those 2 were already, those pieces were already there. I've just cut them into the size, and I've cut these up as well. So I've got a few to choose from, all the size of the envelopes, so I can decide what I'm going to do. And I pulled out 2 envelopes, which I'm going to make as further flaps, just to give it a bit of interest rather than the constant, you know, concertina opening. And I've brought these little bits of scrappy papers from the planners and things that I've just been making, which will help fill in some of these bottom bits. Okay, so let's decide on these first. Now I was thinking these ones, which are the grungy ones. Let me just ink around where I've cut. Yeah, the grungiest papers that I've made, I thought would go on the one that's going to be what is it, you know, not a flap, where you put something in it, a pocket. There we go. Yeah, because they're just that little bit stronger having that lovely paper on the back. So this one I'm thinking, those 2 want the so. I'm just looking at it now, thinking those 2 flowers are going to go next to each other. So that one that I've put down there is the one that's going on the flappy piece. Oops, I can hear next door's having a. Yep. Having a chat outside. I'm hoping you can't, but I apologise if you can. Try and bring that down a little bit. I don't want to cover every last inch for time more than anything else, but you know, it is a it is like kind of an altered envelope. You know, it's meant to look like junk, that's what I'm trying to say. It's junk piece, and I want it to look like a junk piece. Is that the biggest one I've got? Yeah. Whoop. Just so that you can see that will go in there. Yeah, I think that's going to be nice on there. Phew. Yeah, shall we put those pieces down then before we move on? Yeah, I'm thinking this should do the job. Obviously it's wet glue, but when it dries it'll be like thick and chunky and crinkly like the rest of it is. Yeah, I really have had this sitting around for a long time. I will be so pleased when this is actually something that I can, you know, take off my shelf and look at. Or don't know if I should have inked around there or not, but rubbish in my drawer. Yeah, the page is coffee dyed, so maybe not. I can always ink it later when it's dry, can't I? I love that. It's got a bit of a wrinkly, crinkly feel and sound. I don't know if you could hear it to it already. Right, now let's make sure, let's stick it on here and not on there, because I don't want to stick that flap closed. Now I've decided to keep it. Yeah, I think it'll be strong enough now it's having this this thicker piece on it. It wouldn't have been strong enough for a flap with just a single piece of paper on it. I think that should do. The art glitter will go in afterwards if not. Have I got it level with that one? Not quite. Down a bit. That's it. Yeah, I can always put lace and things top and bottom as well, can't I? When it's dry, and make it a real. Well, it's got a lot of Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah papers in it, and I'm wondering if it's something I watched her do, because I used to watch her a lot when I first started. I mean, I watch her a lot now, but you know, she was one of my main influences when I first started junk journaling. You know, her style. Yeah, so it might be something that I've done with her. So yeah, and she was she is very lacy orientated with her projects, isn't she? yeah, so they kind of, yeah, so we've got like 2 pictures going on. That opens up. Yeah, quite like that. Right, let's decide what we're going to do on the back, because there's nothing going on here. Again, I've got another flat, but I think I'll shut that one, close that one down. Right, what do I want? I love this paper. Look, it's like printed, stamped, if you like, on like maths book paper. I don't know. And I'd like to say that it's Artie May's blue background, but I certainly wouldn't bet my life on it, but I think it is. Artie May's. I don't know why I always say Artie May. Yeah, I don't know why they're going. I'm just just trying to ink the edges a minute. Yeah, so once again, I don't know when this video is going up, but I did tell you this week that my daughter Hayley had got the COVID. Unfortunately, she's a primary school teaching assistant, so you know, I was amazed that she's gone this long without getting it, terrible though it is. Yeah, so a lot of you are asking, saying you hope she's all right, and she's doing okay. She's doing okay. She's battling through it. She's suffering a little bit, but you know, she's not serious as in hospitalised, but yeah, she's not very well really, bless her. Right, so what do we think to the colours? I mean, this is a piece of, let's ink this up as well while we're at it. I mean, I've got time to waste. This is a piece of the William Morris papers from the calendar that my lovely hubby bought me for Christmas. I used it on the back of a book, so this is my Edith Holden book. So this is a spare. Shall we go dark on the back then? What do we think to that? Now obviously it can't be written on, can it, because it's too dark, so maybe we should have a lighter one. That one can now be written on, and these can have pockets put on them, I'm thinking. What do you think? What do you think? And shall I carry on with this glue? I think I will. I mean, I just love, it's a shame to cover them really, isn't it? I just love that, maybe I shouldn't have covered it entirely, that stained envelope there. Maybe I should leave one. I bet that's the one that's the most gorgeous though. Oh yeah, that one definitely needs covering. Let's change it up, make life complicated. Interesting, I mean. Yeah, I might leave that because I do like it. Yeah, these two have got flaps on, so let's leave that one showing off its. So shall we have 2 of those? No, let's have 1 of those. Yes, I think that can be written on. That can have a pocket on. Whoops. And that can, I might just put some edging on it or something like that. Let's rip a piece down and then, whoop. And obviously I'm not going to be able to put the pockets and things on it now on camera, otherwise it will be a 2-hour video. But again, I will do a video filling it, I think. Finishing it and filling it. I know it's supposed to be finishing off. I am finishing the main part off. That's not stuck in there, are you? I hope I'm not too close to the edge there. I am a bit. You just have to bend round because you're stuck. Yeah, so even that tacky glue sticks fairly quickly. Yeah, it will bend round though, it's not a problem. Oh. Right, something's not turned off again, sorry. Sorry about that. Hope it doesn't keep going. It shouldn't be too much longer now before I'm done. I just want to, can't get the glue in. I just want to, yeah. What did I do with all those strips that I brought? So maybe a little strip just in the bottom corner here would be interesting, just so it doesn't look like it's been. Oh. Yeah, we're going kind of browny. It needs to be more grey, doesn't it? What do we think to that? No, I'm not feeling it. I've got a blue piece of that. No. Just bear with me a minute. I've got another piece of that. Should make that into a little tuck. Still then get to see all that lovely coffee dyed stained envelope. This ties it in a little bit, doesn't it? Let's get it the right way up. I think that's the right way up. Yeah, and it don't take too much. That's nice circular one. Yeah, I will. Good. So I'll be able to get a journal on it and get a journal card in there, won't I? Or an envelope, or a notebook, or all of the above, knowing me. There we go. Yeah, and again, some lace down there might be, down that edge, might be happening. Right, so we've covered that in. You don't close like that, do you? No. Like that. I've forgotten. Yeah, no, you. Oh yeah, so it's going to need lace to close it. It's chunky, isn't it? Let me just put that pin in there. Yeah, it's definitely going to need a closure. Oh, you're nice. You might need to go on somewhere. Stop. Oh yeah, we need to do these bottom things, don't we? Right, I had a couple of... Oh, I bet I needed to do that before I matted it. I did. Gosh, doing things back to front now. I was going to put this one on here. Bet you're stuck, aren't you? Oh, you are. Drat. Yeah, I was going to put that under there before I matted it. It would have been nice. Oh, I'm the same here. I know, I'm alright here. So this one can go on. Oh, stuck to itself. Yeah, so I'm going to put that one on there. So that can be a pull down. It's getting chunky, isn't it? And I thought I might put a bit of that Tim Holtz paper on it. Let's do it. This is fun. I love this. Oh no, stop sticking down. That bit is so sticky. Who would have thought a sticky envelope flap would be sticky? Oh, and I'm not sure, but I think the sun might be trying to make an appearance. Better late than never. Oh. So I'm thinking I'll stick it on first and then mat it afterwards. You're going to go on there, yeah. So let's. Oh, it's getting warm now. So I'm pleased to say when I stopped to get some papers, I turned the fire up a little bit because my tuxes were cold. That, you know, I'm on blood thinners, so I do feel the cold, and you know, sometimes I'm here crafting away and I'm cold and I don't notice it, and then I really do end up in a lot of pain and having to have a hot bath and sometimes having to go to bed with the pain. So yeah, I'm trying to be more aware when I'm starting to get cold than I was. Right, now I know I said put some Tim Holtz on, but maybe we should be using up. It's not going to fit anyway, so that would though, wouldn't it? Should be using up what I've got. That would, and that ties it in as well. So I'm going to go for that one. See, all this time without Tim Holtz, and now I've got some. I'm loath to use it. I will get to it eventually. So just that on there. I do love this paper though. Yeah, I actually measured it that way, didn't I? But I'm liking it that way. I wonder if I can take a smidge off. Haha. Oh, not bad for me, for learning. Yeah, definitely prefer it that way. Well, stand. Right, Denise, slow down. Slow down and enjoy it. Trying to rush to keep the video small. I maybe shouldn't have done that the first bit of the video, the book, the journal cover, but I wanted to get both done. I think I've said to Janine again, Justine. I think I mix up Nanine and Justine and get whatever it is that I said, because I've forgotten now. Yeah, I said to her I could do this challenge perhaps for a month, if not more. Right, now what should we have on the back of it? Something that we can write on. So, hello, no, we'll save you. Just bear with me. I hope my arm is not in your. We don't want pink, do we? Maybe it's going to. Oh, that we could. Maybe it is going to be Tim Holtz. Now you see. No, it doesn't. It's not the colour. Well, it has got the blue in it, hasn't it? And I wonder if Tim Holtz will rip like this. Very nicely, actually. Perhaps you'd have gone all the way down. Yeah, was you saying to me, what are you doing? Where was I going to do it? About there. Yeah, I've got one non-ripped side, but I'm going to go with it. Yeah, nice. I'm not going to look at the other side, so I don't know what I'm losing. Oh yeah, nice. I've got to look at, actually that would go as well. Ooh. Got to look at it to glue it, haven't I? So I had no choice. It's beautiful quality paper as well. Lovely. Yeah, I'm going to have to treat myself to a 12 by 12 because I did only order the 8 by 8 page booklet. How are you then? Yeah, now I could, if I wanted to. What did we say? You're closed, you're closed. You and you, that's it. Yeah, I could open that up, but we're getting a bit chunky, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? To put something in it, so I won't. Right, we want something there. There's all those little bits. Yeah, I've got a right old mess going on now. Not big enough. You are. That can be written on as well, actually. So that is a part of Nanine's kits planner. January, I think, January planner kit. Some lovely papers in it. This is the thing about these kits. Once you buy them, you can use them for so many different things. You just use the papers over and over and over again. So you can make the original kit, you can make something different, and then, yeah, pleased with that. Right, this one, or this. Let's have a piece of something on here. Got some sideways on paper. No. More Tim Holtz going on. Look at all these little bits, Denise. You're going to have to use them up. That might do both pieces. Let's rip it in half and see. Yeah. Yeah, so it's going to be a finished folio, but it's going to be like a blank canvas. I say the word blank in the loosest possible term because obviously it's very, very colourful. Yeah, so ready for any further embellishments or ephemera to go on. Yeah, I might find myself playing with this one in weeks to come. And there we go. And it will be nice to be in the done pile. So I'm getting quite a little collection of things on my shelf, or I will have when I put them all away, you know, that I've made and I'm keeping for me. So I've got the planner, which is beautiful. I've got the journal that I made for my Happy Mail. Yep, like that, like that. Something here then, and something there. Let's do this one first. Yeah, I've got the journal that I'm going to journal in while I have my operation. And I've got another one. What else have I got? Planner. Oh yeah, the Edith Holden one, which I made, and yeah, the signature I made on it in it originally wasn't right, so yeah, so that's a special one to me as well. So they're all really beautiful planners. So they're going to look really nice. I might have a shelf up high actually in my new house, in my craft room, and have the journals that I love, that are mine, on display. And yeah, I might put this one amongst them, seeing as it's been so long in the making and it's part of my learning curve. This one. Yeah, I feel like there might be it's a shame that's not big enough. I feel there might be a not a masterboard, well yeah, masterboard. What's the word? It is masterboard, isn't it? Yeah, a collage board. Happening this afternoon, just so that I'm not putting all these bits away. And yeah, and they're getting used up. Not another pile or another bag or another file somewhere. Yeah, so when I've had lunch, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a masterboard. So I'll film it. You'll see it at some point. It may not be for a good while. I may put it up while I'm in hospital, just to say hello. Remember me? Yes, we'll remember you. We can't forget you. Yeah, so it's going to need some decoration at the top because, you know, it's got all these bits at the bottom. But oh, another one there. Did I know that one was there? I've just found another piece of this. Oh, perfect. I don't know where that came from, whether I left it there or the elves just brought it. If it's one I've just done and completely forgotten about, which is quite likely. But yeah, happy find. Perfect size. It's as if it was meant to be. Yeah, so some of these will probably have pockets and things on, which will also, you know, make these pieces that I've put on the bottom blend in. But if they don't, they don't. I'm thinking some labels will be nice, and I've got lots of labels spare from Nanine's kit that will, you know, planner kit that will go in here too. So yeah, we're open for a card in there. I'm trying to think how you, yeah, you close like that, is that right? Oh, that was happy. No, it wasn't, because they don't go together. That goes. Coincidence, I was going to say. Yeah, we're getting quite chunky now. Right, have I done? Don't suppose you can see it all. Shame about that extra flip that I was going to put in. That's going to have a card in. Yeah, that goes there. That will have something in. And then we've got all that. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, so lace around the edges and maybe a string tie. Okay, so sorry it was so long. Hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up. Definitely get some of your stuff out and finish it off. And yeah, share it with us on the Facebook page. If you don't know the page and you're not joined yet, I will put the link in the description, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.